Troops, it's your girl Vanessa.
And it's your guy Brian.
And welcome to Vlogmas Day 8.
You know what I mean?
Kason right here.
Good time. Yes, our
we
little
got
man.
Kason right here.
As you can see, little man is sleeping.
Yeah, he just
Let me say hi to Vivi Troops. Gang, 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 gang.
So welcome to Vlogmas Day 8. I hope you guys are enjoying all of our Vlogmas videos so far.
So far, we're doing alright.
So, with that being said, today.
Well, today we're just doing something simple, but I'll let my honey do the.
Well, not that simple, but we're going into a little part 2. If you remember back, when I was pregnant, we were asking you guys to give us a couple of names. So what we decided to do today is, technically we're supposed to have a part 2 where you guys give us more names on top of the ones we already loved. However, that didn't happen because, as you guys know, I went into labor way early than expected. So today, what we're doing is we're taking those names that we loved and explaining why we never used it, why we never take any of those names.
Well, yeah, it was called what? Choosing baby names.
Yeah, so the names that we have taken from you guys are the ones that we had loved.
Exactly.
But we didn't take any of those names.
Yeah, because when we were supposed to do part 2, everything kind of changed up a little bit.
Exactly.
And, you know,
as I just said.
Yes, yeah. So, but we did say that we would put in the names that we had chosen back into the hat. And then once you guys have sent us fresh names, then we would
no, we're not fresh names. We're keeping the names in the hat, and then they were supposed to send us a second batch.
Well, a second batch, and then
put it all together,
exactly.
And then select just one
That's
name.
what I meant, right? And then choose.
But that didn't happen. So now what we're doing today is the first batch of names that we have taken from.
Well, that didn't happen because Little Man happens to. Sorry for cutting you off. Little Man happens to start doing his thing.
I just said that. I just said that. You're repeating what I just said.
Let's go.
So, like I was saying to you guys, is pretty much the first batch is what we're going over today, and we're gonna explain to you guys why we didn't take any of those names that you guys have given us, but we did love them and we did appreciate you guys sending us. So, Brian has a list here. We're gonna go through it on his phone.
Yes.
To make it a little bit more easier.
Exactly. Which we had saved in order to carry on our mission, right?
So you want to start with the first name?
The first name that we had chosen from what we had like unscrambled from the paper was Camaro.
Camaro.
I didn't say Camaro, and then she corrected me, so Camaro.
Yeah, pronunciation is Camaro. So Camaro is a beautiful name.
Yeah, Camaro is a nice name, but we kind of like find it was a little bit too emphasizing, I guess. I mean, too much people was popular with that name.
Well, Not necessarily. Not for me. For me personally, I love Camaro, but I find it would have been an issue because in pronunciation,
It was too long.
You have a hard time pronouncing the
Camaro.
name.
No, because I have a hard time if it have too much of K. Right? So the
Camaro. It's just one K.
Camaro, because
So you can't even say it already.
Camaro, because remember, we English sometimes have a hard time pronouncing K.
Well, like I said, you see clear explanation right there. Camaro would have been perfect for me. However, I wouldn't want to name my son Camaro, and then, you know, you're naming our son a different pronunciation. Like, no, there's just one way of, like, you know. So I it's better to kind of just go with something that we both can say.
Well, Camaro.
Properly.
Well, better pronunciation eventually would have come as with time. You would have just said Camaro.
No.
Okay,
but yeah, that was our reason why we didn't go with that name. But it's a beautiful name, Camaro.
Yeah, but I don't. But anyways, okay. Next chapter. Let's skip Camaro. See, I say it's good. All right. Noah was the second one.
Noah.
What was the issue now for Noah?
Noah, you said what's the issue for Noah?
No. You was the one that says Noah.
Noah, for me, Noah. I like Noah.
Because
I like Noah, but it's just, to be honest, Noah, I felt like it was more of a
biblical.
I like biblical names.
Yeah, but what?
But Noah, I feel like it's very popular. A lot of.
I don't know of anybody that named Noah.
I know like 3 Noahs already.
The only Noah I know is Noah from the Ark.
Well, Noah from the Ark, but I have 3 friends named Noah, and so Noah for me, I feel like it's not unique.
Well, yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of Noahs out there, so I just felt like
I don't know. I find Noah to be a nice name, but it's just like
it is. That's what's in our list, right? These are the list of what the names we love.
Yes.
But the reason why, like I said, we didn't go with Noah, I felt like it's very, very popular. So I wanted Kason here to have a name that is very unique.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't hear it as often.
You don't hear it as often.
For us, we feel like where we are, Kason is a name that we haven't heard of.
Exactly.
I don't know any
and
Kasons.
And it represents him. You know?
To be honest. So, Noah, beautiful name, but that's the reason why we didn't go with it.
And the other one now we have was Tyrell.
Tyrell.
Yeah, Tyrell.
What was the name? What's the reason why we didn't go with Tyrell?
Tyrell. No, I didn't know. We didn't have no issue with Tyrell. It's just that because we had Tyrell and Tyrese, which is kind of like similarity. So we kind of said we would just throw it in the basket. We didn't have an issue, but it's just almost 2 names that's pretty much Tyrell and Tyrese.
Like Tyrell is just very, 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 very common. Tyrell and Tyrese.
No man, Tyrese is more common, I think.
Tyrese is, I'm not comparing them together. They're both common.
Yeah, but
moving on to Tyrese, actually, the reason why I didn't go with Tyrese, 1 is very popular, very common.
Yes.
And 2, I have a cousin named Tyrese.
Exactly, that's what I was saying.
But Tyrell is very, very common as well. So those 2 names are very common, but Tyrese, common, and is my cousin's
but
name.
But I think there's only about 2 or 3 people that I know named Tyrell. I don't know anybody else.
Well, there you go. But do we know anyone named Kason? We don't.
No. So that's why I said, but you see, Kason didn't come into the list yet.
Yeah,
right?
But we're going to explain that after.
Okay, next we have is Carter. Yeah, Carter.
So Carter, very, very common name as well. Very beautiful name. I actually love Carter.
But why did you love Carter? Why?
Carter was, the first time I ever heard Carter was the movie Carter.
There you go.
Like, I know Vince Carter, of course, but as a main name, Carter was from literally the movie Carter, you know? So after that, I noticed a lot of newborns. Their name was Carter.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Guys, comment down below if you think, because I don't.
So like even my cousin's brother, son named Carter. So it was just very, very common, and I was just like, go with the name name my son Carter? Do I know?
Because I
we
think
name our son Carter.
Well, Carter is not a
But,
bad name. But the first time I heard Carter name is the same as what you said was in the movie where what's his name played him. What's his name?
Samuel L.
Jackson.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't think I ever really hear of anybody named Carter, to be honest.
I know so many Carters, like
Right.
so many Carters. So
But
that's
anyway,
why we put a strike on
but
it.
Carter is a nice name too. Don't get me wrong. For those of you who have that name, believe me, I find
No, it's a beautiful name.
it's a beautiful
Don't
name.
get us wrong. Every name that we're going through on the list
Yeah.
right now is the names we love.
Exactly.
These names we love.
This is what I want
But
to
these are the reason why we haven't gone with the name.
Exactly. Right. And the other one now is Jeremiah.
Jeremiah.
And
Very
believe
beautiful
me,
name again.
Mine,
From the biblical.
that I will choose 100%.
Yeah.
Because
That
Jeremiah
name is from the Bible, if you guys, are familiar with that. But Jeremiah also is a name that my cousin's son, named her son. So
But you
that's
know how
another that's another reason why we didn't go with it.
But you know how Jeremiah became a very popular name? Because Jeremiah was also a prophet. Right? So
From the Bible.
Exactly.
As I was mentioning to them.
so that's why
From the
it
Bible.
also was a very popular name.
Yeah.
And then after that now, we're going to move on to Michael. And you guys heard we said Michael Jordan.
Michael Jackson.
Or Michael Jackson, so you know what that means.
Give me water.
So we had you want to open? We had all of these things all worked out. And I have a friend named Michael, well, I would say someone I knew of before, right? Well, so, and his name was Michael, so there you go, right?
My goddaughter's brother named Michael, like Michael.
Yeah, but you know what I find? I find a lot of people have named Michael as well. Lots. Because
Michael is very, very common.
very popular name. Very popular. Alright, so let's move on to our favorite again.
Then you have Kevin.
Kevin. Oh my lord.
Kevin.
Woo.
How many guys know Kevin?
Ooh.
Kevin is so
Somebody
popular.
for sure know somebody named Kevin. I guarantee that.
Kevin is a name that I feel like if you all them times you go to school, you must have a Kevin in your class.
Oh, for sure. No
Literally.
question asked. And also Aiden. Yo, man.
Aiden
Beautiful names.
is a beautiful name.
Beautiful.
My cousin's son name is Aiden, and I remember we said it in the first
In
video
the first
actually.
video. Yeah.
But Aiden is a beautiful name.
I think Aiden was the first one we took out when we unscrambled the paper. Actually, we had two names called Aiden. Two.
Yes. I think multiple people gave us the name Aiden, and we ended up putting it twice.
Twice, exactly. And then after we said, how come we have two?
Yeah.
But Aiden is a nice name too, and like I said, popular. Right?
Next one we have is Corey.
That one we didn't want to be a part because I find it was just too
Corey. I don't know. I think it just got thrown in there, but Corey.
Because remember, they did have this YouTuber named Corey too as well.
Corey, I mean, I have nothing to do with a YouTuber, but just in terms of Corey, the name.
No, I do.
I mean, it's not. I won't say it is popular, yes, but I just don't.
I don't know. We just didn't feel the vibes with the Corey.
Yeah, I just.
Right.
No.
Because by the way, when you're naming your kid, you want to be able to feel that the name fit in for your child, right? I mean, there are some people that have some names that is unusual.
Corey, I just felt like was a name that's also common, very common, but nothing's wrong with the name. It's a beautiful name as well.
Well, how much people
Just
do you
very
know
common.
named Corey? Different from the one that I know.
How many Corys that I know? I went to school with a guy named Corey, and I have another friend named Corey. So I would say 3 Corys I know.
Oh, okay.
3 Corys.
Yeah, I would say no more than 2.
That's 3 Corys.
But when I was working, I knew 2 people who used to want the name by Corey.
Yeah.
Anyway, having said that, let's move on to Devon.
Devon.
Right.
Devon! Come here, Devon. Devon's a beautiful name.
But, go ahead.
But it's also very, very common. also I have a cousin named Devon as well. Devon, and I have a cousin named Kevon. So it was a name that I said I can't go with.
You know, I almost find that Devon and Kevin almost rhyme.
Devon and Kevin? How does that rhyme?
Because Devon, right, if you remove the D and you put the K, you get Kevon. Because there are some people that...
Yeah, Kevon and Devon, but not Devon and Kevin.
Yeah, well, yeah. Because like sometimes some people names spell differently, right? So you have for example, I am Brian, so I am B-R-I. And you have some people spell Brian with a B-R-Y.
But it's the same pronunciation.
Yeah, that's what I'm
just
saying.
Spelled different.
Just spelled
but
different.
Devon and Kevin is a different pronunciation. Kevon and Devon is the same pronunciation.
Well, yeah, that's what I said. Devon and Kevin.
No, you said Kevin.
Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin and Devon is different pronunciation.
Yeah.
I think you're tired.
Yeah. Almost there. Yes, Kevin.
Yeah, that's the reason why we haven't gone with that name Devon, because clearly it's a cousin named back in Jamaica named Devon, and I have a cousin named Kevon as well.
But Devon is still not a bad name, you know. And I used to have we used to have a family member named Devon, you know. He was a very good swimmer, so.
You had a friend named Devon?
It mostly like a family member. It was a family member that used to be in the family, and he was considered as one, I think, very good swimmer. Right, and something that happened to him many years ago, so he had to be able to, you know. But having said that, yes, Devon is a very popular name. I don't want that. Leave that for another time. I don't want to go through that kind of story.
Then we have Daniel.
And Daniel is also a good, and remember, Daniel also is a bad biblical story.
So back to where we left off.
Daniel.
After the interruption. So Daniel.
Which is our regular routine.
Daniel is very common.
Very popular too. Right?
So Daniel, once again, very beautiful name.
But I would not want to know that my kid name is Daniel, because I already know so much Daniel already as well. I wanted something, like I said, we wanted something unique.
Yeah, we wanted something that wasn't too popular. So
we don't have nothing against the name.
Yeah.
But sometimes you like to have your own signature.
So we're looking for names. So we thank all you guys for sending us names.
Yeah.
And we're just kind of looking through them and seeing what we felt was very unique.
Exactly.
That we could have gone and take, you know.
But you never know. We might have ended up choosing something if we find that it fit in, right? Damien is also popular as well. Very Damien. Very popular. I think she's very tired too.
You know, very popular. So at that point I said, we were like, no, we can't go with Damien. But very nice name.
But I don't know, I find we had less discussion when it comes to Damien. We just said, you like, nah.
No, because as you hear Damien, you're like, so many Damiens. Like,
exactly.
I can't even count with my fingers. It's like so many of them. So just like, nah. It's a beautiful name, but we need something more unique that you don't hear as often.
You know, and that's why when people hear we say Kason, they're like, oh wow, I love his name.
Yeah.
Because that's what we want, is something different, right?
Then we got Owen.
Owen
is also very...
Owen.
So Owen is also a very beautiful name.
Yes.
However, when it came to Owen, we decided, I think
Owen, we didn't say much. We just say, you know what, let's debate on that later, put it in the basket.
Yeah, I think that's what it was, and I think it's just the fact that it started with an O, and we're just wondering, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, I liked it, you know, a lot of names with T's as well, and I just felt O was just very, I don't know, different for me to say. Like, as a nickname, I guess I would have to say O.
Oh.
You know, like
That's like
Owen.
that's,
Owen, what would you give as a nickname for Owen?
That's a good question.
It's like you just say, oh. You can't say when. Right?
I was about to say, "Where come?"
So it's like it's mostly gonna say, oh.
But you know what's funny?
Come here, oh.
If it was a girl, right, and you created a name with a O, you could have make it rhyme just like how you have Oprah, right?
Hmm?
You could have make it rhyme instead of saying Oprah. You would have find out a name that goes with O, and that way you could nickname the name O. Because
no, I won't. Even if I had a girl and the name started with O, I won't say Oprah. Like that's not a nickname.
no, I said it's easier to kind of come up with a name just like Oprah, because Oprah is a very simple name, right? And then you could have just rhymed, because there's a lot of lot of names that are very popular that start with O.
Okay, I'm lost. Next. I don't know what you're saying. You lost me there. I'm sorry.
All right, move on to the second chapter.
Joseph.
Joseph.
Joseph. I like Joseph.
Oh, Lord.
You could give a nickname like Joe, you know?
Jojo, that's why I'm laughing, because I was Jojo.
So you have Joseph, but Joseph I felt sounded a bit more
No, Joseph.
it was very popular as
Yeah,
well.
Joseph
very
was
common name.
Yeah, Joseph.
But I liked it. As in terms of a nickname, you could be like Jojo. You know?
Yeah, and there you go.
Jojo.
Comment below, tell me what you guys think. Joseph and Owen, right? If you were to choose, would it be Owen or would it be Joseph? Me personally, Owen is easy to write. Joseph is also a biblical name too, right? So if I were to choose, I probably would have choose Joseph, right? Having said that,
Yep.
as you guys can see, our little man is fast asleep.
Yep. He's fast asleep.
You guys want to say something to the Vivi troops? Probably next time.
Next time.
Okay.
Then we got Kyrie.
Kyrie. Oh, remember I said that?
We got Kyrie. Kyrie, I find is
Legend. Legendary name.
it's not as popular though.
No,
The only
that's why I said legend.
Yeah. The only person that name I heard of is Kyrie Irving, of course, the basketball player.
That's the
But I felt like this name would have been so hard to pronounce for many Kyrie, yeah. For many of like family members, they would have a hard time pronouncing his name.
Well, they could just say Kai. It's also Kai.
And it's like
Kai.
So I just found it would have been so hard in pronunciation. So we just decided like we're gonna go with that name.
But Kyrie, you see, I like when you have not too much of a name that is too popular. Popular, yes, but not too many people. You are supposed to be exceptional from the package.
Wait, popular but not too many people? What do you mean?
So what I mean, like you're popular by everybody knows your name, but popular in a sense where it represents something. So when you say Kyrie, what does everybody think? They think about the basketball player.
Well, yeah, because right now that he's the only one that kind of has.
That's what I'm saying. So it becomes like a legendary name.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. Right?
Yeah, but it's just like Michael Jordan. And
but Michael Jordan,
Jackson, right?
There you go.
When they first had that name, that's all you think about.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan or Michael Jackson.
No, till today.
But like right now, that name is so popular that so many Michaels you find out there.
Because when you hear of these people like Michael Jordan and Michael Jackson, everybody wants to name Michael. Why? Because it represents.
Yeah, that's back in that time. But right now you
I still believe a lot of people still think like that.
No, right now I found like not many people name their child Michael because it's so popular. I mean, if you do, it's not a bad thing, but you don't find it as popular like people want to name their child Michael right now because it's just over. It's overtaken. It's over in the population.
Well, yeah,
right now. So like most people are trying to find names that you don't really find as popular, and so it all depends. Everybody has their opinion on it, to be honest. But for us, we didn't want to go with names that's too popular. So,
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. We wanted to go with a name that represents, right,
so
him
yeah.
personally. So he is exceptional from the package. Yes, you might find a few people that later on will name Kason, but at least you know for sure that's for him. And
yeah, it's not as popular. I
exactly.
mean, you may go somewhere else and it is popular, but where we are right now, Kason is not a popular name.
Exactly. And last and least.
That's the last one? Okay.
Yeah, because remember we did only take out a few.
Mm-hmm.
Last and least is
Andrew.
And I was the one who chose an Andrew.
Yeah. So what's the reason why you chose Andrew? Because I was just like, Andrew? I don't remember taking that name.
Because Andrew is a family member, right? And
okay.
Andrew and I pretty much grew up like together pretty much. When I say together, it means whenever I used to go around the other side of family, Andrew was a part of that family. So most of the time I was always with Andrew.
Okay.
Right? So it was always, whenever I think about somebody from the family, his name always rings a bell first to me. And that's why I said, well, Andrew is not a bad name.
Andrew's not a bad name. But it's popular. It's very common as well.
Exactly.
Andrew.
But I didn't know what...
Andrew, Andre.
Exactly.
Those are very popular names.
The only thing is, I did not... You see, a lot of times when people have kids, they name the kids after. So, for example, I didn't want my kids named Brian Jr. just because I am Brian. Right?
Yeah, I did not want to have...
No, but period.
No, I didn't want to be like, Junior.
Or second Brian Jr. or something like that.
Brian the second.
Brian the second. Why? Because me is me, he is he. Right?
Yeah, I want him to have his own...
his own identity.
Yeah.
Right? So that's the reason why I never implemented my theory there at all. Right.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, I mean, it's not a bad idea. A lot of people do it. A lot of people name their children after them that represents them.
Exactly. It's like a trend. Some people like it.
Yeah.
The third, the second, the fourth.
Yeah.
Nothing's wrong with that.
No, for sure.
How our perspective, what we decide to do. Everyone has their own opinion.
Exactly.
But we decided to make sure that he has his own identity.
Exactly.
Not a Junior, not a Brian the second.
No, exactly.
And we just wanted to make sure that also his name that we give him wasn't a name that's too popular in where we are.
Exactly.
You know, like we mentioned, Kason could be very popular in another country, in another city, but where we are, definitely it's not something you hear very often.
By the way, even names like what we have is very popular as well. Often we hear always Vanessa.
Yeah, I remember Vanessa. Oh my gosh, in my class they had like 4 Vanessas.
Brian.
You know.
As I remember the first time I want to give just a quick story. First time I went for a job and I told them my name was Brian. They thought it was like a color, not a color post comment. They figured, oh, Brian, okay.
When you say color, it means.
They didn't figure that it was a black person coming because the name Brian also does represent the color person. So when I end up...
yeah, it's kind of like stereotype.
Yes. So when I end up coming to the job and he seems like, oh, I don't mean it anyway, but I didn't know, I thought it was, you know. And I said, well, that's all right. So that's what I'm saying. There are popular names that sometimes represent different things. Mm-hmm. And by the way, don't get me wrong, I love my name. You know, don't get me wrong about that, but this is just how it is.
Yeah, and I love my name too, Vanessa. What? Yeah. When I say my name, they're like Vanessa Williams, like tennis player. I'm like, yeah, Vanessa.
There you go.
You know, so that's what it is. But with that being said, Kason name is actually a name that, as we mentioned, is very unique. But also, I wanted to make sure the name that we have chosen is also biblical.
Yes.
So meaning that we did the research. I searched it up online to find a name that's biblical, but not too popular. Yeah. Because when I searched it up, I found Joshua, which Joshua is a very beautiful name. But however, my cousin's name is Joshua. I have a cousin named Samuel. I have a cousin named Paul. But when I seen Kason,
Well,
when I seen Kason, I fell in love with that name, and I was like, Kason. I don't know any Kasons. There's no Kason in my family. And the meaning behind Kason, guys, it means rejoice, and it means healing. He's a healer. So I love that name.
Exactly.
And I said to Brian, I said, what do you think about that name?
And the reason why I kind of go with it as well is if you go back from a lot of our baby shower and things that we did, for us, that was already our prince, right? So the fact that he has a name that fits in with all of this story behind, it just represents, right? Because already in your mind, that's your prince coming, right? So you want to make sure everything falls into place.
Yeah, so I really wanted a meaning, like his name to have a beautiful meaning. And for me, right there, it just hit it.
Jackpot.
I said, there we go, there we go. I'm going with that name, and that name it will be.
I mean, we, like I said, we going to do what we do, and when he comes, he is going to also do what he does. It doesn't necessarily mean he has to accept everything, but at least we try to give him the meaning behind what we do.
Well, yeah, he will know the meaning of his name, right?
Yes, you know.
But at the end of the day, it's like, in terms of the name we choose, like I said, we want to make sure it's very unique, not popular, and at the same time have a biblical meaning as well. So, as I mentioned, searched it up, I found that meaning. It was a beautiful meaning, you know, rejoice, healer, and that's it. That's it,
you know.
So,
plain simple. So, get back to that story. We didn't be able to fulfill the second part because everything started to happen. You know, we had a lot of pain in between and a lot of, you know, exercises. Is what I call yoga exercises to breach.
What are you saying? I mean, forget what he's saying, guys. If you want to know full story to that, go to the story tab that I explain everything.
No, but
he's saying something that has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
That's the reason why we didn't continue with the second part of the naming.
Yeah, I know, but they know that already.
No, so yeah, I know, but I'm just giving them, that's the reason why we did not able to go into the full detail of creating the name to interact with them.
So if you want to know the full story, like I said, go to my story time where I explain what happened, the labor and so forth. You get in full details. But this is what it is.
This is what it is.
Name. These are the reason why we haven't chosen the beautiful names you guys sent us. But they are beautiful. And with that being said,
and remember, stick with us because they're going to always be more times like this.
With that being said,
well, that's not there.
Are you ready? I think. Do you guys hear that? Do you guys hear that drum roll?
Is the drum roll?
It's a time for a giveaway.
Yes.
The moment you guys been waiting. So the moment you guys been waiting for. So the winner of Vlogmas Day 8 is...
Let me hear.
So the name I'm going to be saying is the name from Instagram. So make sure, as we keep saying to you guys, make sure when I mention your name, you contact us. You have 2 days to do so. If you do not, the prize goes to the next person. So the winner is Susan Foster. Congratulations to you,
Foster.
Susan Foster. You are the winner for today's Vlogmas Day 8 video. So make sure you contact us within 2 days, and you should definitely get your prize. So congratulations again.
Congratulations
once again to you. Thanks for supporting us.
Thank you for supporting us.
Definitely appreciate it.
You know, following us, keeping up with all that we are doing.
And for the rest of you guys, do not lose hope. There's more giveaways.
No, but guys,
thank you for supporting us as well.
You gotta do it the way it's supposed to be done, guys. Come on.
Yeah, definitely.
Follow the rules. Go to the pages.
Share the videos.
Share the videos.
Comment, interact. You know?
It's for everyone. There is no exception. Right? If you play the role and we think you deserve, then we'll go with the flow.
So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And congratulations again to Susan Foster. But it is now the end
of our video. And like we always say,
BB Troops.
Wait. How come you say it so? BB Troop.
I got the baby in my hand. He's sleeping. I'm not trying to wake him up.
But he's not gonna wake up because he seems to be enjoying this.
But
alright.
Like I said.
Like we always say.
Peace.
Love and unity. BB Troops.
All the way.
Peace.